howdy, howdy. How you guys doing tonight? Great night, right? It's your friend Conservative Anthony, guys, with Border Network News. And we are out here in downtown El Paso. Just a few blocks away from the Santa Fe International Port of Entry, where these buses continue to come by the hour, picking up individuals coming and going. It's just relentless, guys, relentless. It's not slowing down. This is not stopping, and something needs to be done. Something's got to give. So what you guys are looking at right now is the train actually just going through a particular area where it is very, very heavy traffic for uninvited individuals to make their way in from Mexico. The wall that is currently back there that some of you might be able to kind of see in between the train, that structure was erected maybe about 5 or 6 months ago already. It's not a part of the Trump wall per se. It was funds that was allocated towards a wall during the Obama administration, but they just never got around to it. So I feel, the Trump administration checked out everything, realized that there was funds there just kind of dangling, and they put it together. But unfortunately, it literally ends. If you could see it, look where my finger's at, all of that, there's a wall back there. But unfortunately, it kind of ends, give or take, around this area on the other side of this highway up here. We've taken you guys back there. Other great journalists have been here. Ben has taken you guys back there, and it just literally drops off. So it makes it very easy, extremely easy, very welcoming for anybody that just wants to wander on over. They're able to do so and just literally walk up to a Border Patrol agent, and they get a ride to these facility processing centers, and in which time they'd be released within a couple of hours or a day or two from them being apprehended. How you doing? Sheila from Mississippi, how you doing? Gigi, Wanda, how y'all doing? Good evening, folks. Nice to see you guys on here. I missed all y'all. Haven't been out here since a night ago, and in which I'm probably going to take you guys to that other location because the gate continues to be left open. So it's almost like, okay, they're shutting the gate that was recently built out there. They're shutting it because the guys are pushing for it to be shut, but when they shut that fence, then they go and open the other fence. So the other fence stays open, and we have no control over that, and individuals continue just to pile on through. We were out there a day or two ago, and you guys were able to witness it with me. About to start moving on in there, guys. Excuse me? I'm not going past the tracks. I'm always out here recording. My name is Anthony with Border Network News. I'm on your side, brother. I'm just trying to report everything that's going on. I don't pass the traffic. Yeah. bunch of people already being held on the other side, guys. And here comes their first class new bus. I don't even think our military men and women get shipped around in fancy buses like that, to be quite honest with you. I've seen some military buses out here taking our I don't know if they're cadets or servicemen and women, should I just say, and their buses don't look as fancy as those. And it's an all-day thing, guys, all-day thing. It has not stopped. I just have not had the opportunity to come out here and hammer this, but this wall needs to be shut down. It needs to be completed. This wall needs to be completed, and BNSF needs to do something about or update their means of security out here, because they have areas where it is completely unprotected. And the fact of the matter is, from what I've witnessed, these guys basically use our Border Patrol agents as their private security, pretty much. And I don't think it's right, because a lot of people end up coming in from this particular sector, guys, into the BNSF railroad yards. They end up coming in through there because it's so easy to access from that point that is completely unprotected. And so it's ironic how BNSF makes sure that they tell you, do not enter, you will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law or whatnot. But I've yet to see them prosecute one of the individuals coming from a foreign country uninvited through a non-port of entry. Not one has actually been prosecuted by these guys. So we are slowly becoming third-class citizens in our own country. I don't know what else, how else to put it to you guys. That's just a fact. Me, an American citizen, born and raised in El Paso, Texas, I am not allowed to cross that train track. However, you have individuals coming in through non-legal ports of entry. They're coming in through a non-legal port of entry, and not one gets prosecuted. Not one gets prosecuted. They get welcomed with a free ride, an apple juice box, and snacks and chips, and a free ride to wherever they're trying to get into. It's got to stop. I think the shutdown of the border still would be a good idea for America. It's always the sovereignty of the nation before personal or financial gains for anybody, okay? Because without the sovereignty of the nation, we stop existing, right? So I would just say sorry, and I would side with the president. We need to shut down this border, sir. I as your congressman of District 16 of El Paso, this is a blatant attack on our sovereignty, on our country. Our citizens are being put in waiting lines, they're being put second, and we can no longer continue to allow individuals to come in and reap the benefits that many Americans have paid into, and some of them, many of them actually currently need. It's unfortunate, you know, we don't even have full health care for U.S. citizens, but you have politicians on the left saying that they want to give all health care to all illegal citizens or all illegal aliens. That's not right. That's not right. The American dream never included me having to take care of all of these grown men coming over. That was never part of my American dream. I'm sorry. And to be quite honest with you guys, the tax increase that they are trying to pass here in El Paso, $1 billion. $1 billion, not a million, not 100 million, not 500 million, $1 billion with a B. A $1 billion increase in our taxes here in El Paso, and they are trying to sell it to us with our police officers need body cameras. Yeah, you had money already for that. You misspent our money, and now you're coming back to us with a sob story telling us, and God bless our police department, you know, we need to give them all the proper technology, everything that they can possibly use to their advantage. Absolutely, I'm all for that. But at this point, I am willing to hold off until the new administration, the new city council, the new mayor comes in, before we continue to let this guy drive us to the ground. They're trying to sell it to us. Our police department needs body cameras. Yeah, they do. They've been needing them. But don't come at me that you need $1 billion for these cameras. That doesn't justify you misspending that money that was probably already allocated for that. It was misspent, misused, whatever, reallocated, whatever the term you want to use. And now we're in this situation where they're trying to hike us $1 billion here in El Paso. We are the second highest tax city in the nation, right behind Detroit, if I'm not mistaken. And if they end up gaming the Americans, the El Paso citizens that are not fully informed on what this $1 billion deal is going to do to us, we will be passed straight to the top. #1 highest tax city in the nation, above Detroit. It's unbelievable. How you doing? It's unbelievable, seriously. I can't see them right now, guys. They are literally, there's a train parked right here, and Border Patrol agents are stopping them as they are coming over. And to be more fuel efficient, they wait until they gather a group of maybe 50 or 60 of them, and then they call out for the unit, for the bus to come out here. The bus unit comes out here, they all get put in the bus, and then they get taken to the processing center that's right here, right behind the bridge. I think some of them get separated right away. Adult males and children and females get separated. I believe they get put together. Do you have like a guesstimate more or less how many might have come through here already today? No? Literally giving our country away, guys, right before our eyes, and it seems like nobody pays attention anymore. It's become the new normal, and we've been conditioned and accustomed to accepting this. Nobody is really outraged about this anymore. Nobody is really too concerned about it or bringing this up as a serious talking point or as a point of discussion. It seems like I just don't see it. At what point is this going to stop? I mean, seriously, these Democrats play games with our president. They beg for a 2-week time frame in which they were going to do something and fix it. 2 weeks passed by, nothing's happened. Now there's talk that he might start mass deportation here in the next couple of days, and it's just a big mess. I'm just tired of it. I want to just get down to the nitty-gritty. Why is nobody writing up bills? Why are these individuals not bargaining with one another and starting to negotiate on both sides of the aisle? Why is everybody just sitting across the aisle looking at each other, pointing fingers, or sitting there with their arms crossed? We have to start somewhere, and both the right side and the left side both agree that we do need a full immigration reform. We do need a full overhaul of this. Why is one person not being the bigger person and walking right across the aisle and saying, okay, let's work. I've never worked with you. This could be the beginning of something good for the country. Let's negotiate. What points are you willing to? We have to start communication with the other side. Being the bigger person is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of maturity and growth. There's nothing wrong with somebody reaching out to the other side. I'm not saying sell out and give them everything, but somebody has got to give. Some real leadership has got to come in there. Somebody has to step up to the plate and say, hey, what's going on? Even if you're the only Republican knocking at the Democrat's door, or if you're only Democrat knocking at the Republican door, we have got to come together. We cannot allow the Trump derangement syndrome block any sort of negotiation or block any sort of communication with one another. It's past, it's beyond our president. This is gonna go on and affect us for years to come after our president. People have to stop seeing all red and stop getting triggered over the guy who's in office. We lived through 8 years of Obama. You will live through 8 of Trump's. But we have got to nip this in the bud. It's going to get really ugly for all of us. I understand some people want, the right to be more compassionate and have more empathy or sympathy, whatever. I get that, okay? And I also get the frustration on the right, because there's a lot of us that witnessed our family members or continue to see our family members trying to do things right, taking the time to, put in the effort and the paperwork and saving of the money and all that sorts of good stuff. The real sacrifice of legal migration. I see the frustration on some people's faces, and not necessarily on the right side, because there's also Democrats that have come over here legally into the United States, and they're not too fond of this whole open borders idea, and that's where we need to start building on. It seems like these politicians, they don't want to fix. They want this as their main talking point for re-election. Well, guess what? Change is coming. The people are tired of this hot potato politics where if it's not one side, it's another. Guys, a lot of these politicians are blanketed under the same globalist agenda. Some are more radical than others. We have them on both sides. Some just kick the can, not as hard as the left, but they nonetheless kick the can. We need fresh blood, and I'm not just preaching to the choir here to Republicans or the right side. This is also for the left. Y'all need some new servants, some new officials to represent you, or new candidates. Look at this. Packed. That one goes, and then they're gonna continue to pour on in. These guys finally have a quick little 5-10 minute break to interact with one another, catch up what's been going on in different little sectors real quick, and then it's back to this. More of them will be coming in. This paddy wagon that's coming this way probably has more people in there as well. It's actually a van. You know, and we're not saying that all of these people are bad. I'm not saying that. Not all of these people are bad. But just think about it. You're coming into a new country, and your first impression, you don't even care. You're gonna literally, the first thing you do when you get to the country is break the law, and you crossed over illegally. That automatically makes people not be as welcoming of you when you're coming in or whatnot. How you doing? Good, good. So howdy, Teresa. Howdy, howdy. Good evening, folks. This is your friend, Conservative Anthony here, guys, and we are out here in downtown El Paso, just a few blocks away from the Santa Fe International Port of Entry, where these individuals unfortunately continue to come in by the doves. Like I said earlier, this particular fencing that you see right here in the background was put up maybe about 5 or 6 months ago. It has nothing to do with Trump money or the Trump administration. This structure that was erected back here was actually money from the Obama administration years that had just been not really worked on. So nonetheless, I firmly believe that the Trump administration held some people accountable and put some fire under these people's butts, and they got this completed. Now, the bad thing about it, that's good, because all of this used to be chain link fence, a couple of layers of chain link fence all the way down, and they actually did several miles worth of this wall construction, right? Which that's good. However, it literally, guys, ends right behind this pillar further back. So that it continues, and it literally ends somewhere back here. So that is how these individuals are able to just come in by the large numbers, guys. To take you guys to another location here, so I will be back with you guys in about 15 or 20 minutes. This train is about to get processed anyways. It's gonna be crossing into Ciudad Juarez, Mexico. As you guys can see it right there, it is now moving, and you have that area that will be unprotected, but there's already plenty of Border Patrol agents out here waiting for these individuals that are going to start trying to make their way as these trains pass by, guys. So I will be here with you guys in about another 15-20 minutes. I'm going to move to a different location here, and I'll bring you guys another update from a different location. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you guys here in a brief moment. Peace and love, folks, and always your country first. Love you guys. Tune in 15 minutes.